Is with us, Vice President of Investments and Branch Manager of the Clayton office of Stifel Nicholas. Good morning, Dwayne Thomas.
Good morning, McGraw.
So they hold a big, huge ceremony, and everyone's thrilled. The biggest tax cut is going to be official, and the Dow loses 28 points. What happened?
Exactly. We fell 28 to closing level 24,726. Now, that's 24,726, which is a whole lot higher than a little bit ago. And I think a lot of that's anticipation and hope of the tax reform. And I think yesterday was a rest day as much as anything. We've gone a pretty long ways. Some people think the biggest ever. I looked up some stats, the 14th year biggest ever so far at this point in time, relative to best years in the stock market, but still pretty outstanding.
Yeah.
And, good numbers, and some days you need to rest.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. It has been a heck of a run, and they're catching their breath. All right. Now, as soon as it was announced, some major companies made some pretty big announcement. Clearly, they were waiting to make this announcement once it was all passed from Congress. Let's start with Boeing. What did Boeing say in response to this tax cut?
You're right. They were the first to announce. So they had to have this pre-planned and ready to go. They announced they're going to spend $300 million in workforce training and facilities for enhancements for employees. So definitely a public relations move to come out of the gate right away. Let's not forget, Boeing sells a lot to the U.S. government.
Yes, they do. That $600 billion, that $600 billion military budget is kind of important to Boeing. All right, but what about AT&T? AT&T made an announcement shortly after all of this as well.
Yeah, and I think their announcement was even bigger than Boeing. They're going to pay $1,000 bonuses to over 200,000 blue-collar employees, mostly union, but some other people that are not union in other areas for AT&T. But a $1,000 bonus for every employee. Then they said they're going to invest an additional $1 billion in the United States in 2018. Now, of that $1 billion, how much of that was going to be spent for systems upgrades already? It's hard to say, but it's a great timing announcement for them.
Yeah. Comcast, that owns NBC, is also getting into the game, heaping praise. What did they say?
They're providing same thing, $1,000 bonus to 100,000 frontline employees. Now, I like the way AT&T and Comcast, they're actually using the phrase union and blue collar. They're using the phrase frontline employees. These are not bonuses for higher ups.
Yeah.
They also announced they're going to spend $50 billion. That's 50 billion in infrastructure spending over the next 5 years. So that's $10 billion a year. That's big numbers. The other side that Comcast went, and they weren't the only one that did this, they announced they're moving minimum wage for their employees to $15 an hour. $15 per hour minimum wage.
Didn't Wells Fargo also say that?
Yeah, a little bank called Wells Fargo did that, and so did Fifth Third. So, and with Wells and Fifth Third and Comcast, these are not companies with a lot of foreign money, foreign repatriation money. These are U.S. I mean, I would almost bet Fifth Third doesn't even have a foreign employee, based out of Cincinnati and, bank in the middle of the United States.
Right.
These are not companies with a lot of foreign employees.
Yeah.
Boeing is, but not AT&T, and definitely not Comcast and Fifth Third and Wells Fargo.
Well, Wells Fargo, I guess, can do that because they've already opened up 6 accounts in my name in the last couple of years. Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. All right.
There are some things I don't want to touch.
I can say that because my sister's a honcho with Wells Fargo. All right. So what do the markets do today after all of this news?
Oh, well, first off, you can say that because you're a McGraw Millhaven.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
that is exactly right.
All
right, fair enough.
Today's market, we look to start up about 30 points. The big news in the morning is we get final GDP numbers for the third quarter, which we already know were very, very strong. They just finalized the details, and that comes out before the market opens. After the market closes today, we get Nike earnings report. And I think Nike's pretty interesting and probably important earnings report at this point from a retail sales standpoint. So pay attention to that as well.
Dwayne Thomas, have yourself a good day. Good to hear your voice, and we'll talk to you in the new year.
Always great talking with you.